Hello, strong people. Week 12, day 1. Saturday this week, I will be competing in Colorado Springs at the Olympic City Pro-Am. First things first, I want to apologize for last video. It was pointed out to me after it was uploaded that the sound was awful. Like after the farmers, I believe, on the car ride back, it was just this loud, like whining, buzzing sound. And I don't know if that was my mic or what happened, if that happened in editing, but I didn't realize it until it was too late. It was already uploaded, so I got rid of it just because I don't want to scare anybody whenever the time comes. Not whenever the time comes, but like with that part in the video. And yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody's ears, except for the 18 people that probably saw it already. So hopefully it's not doing it right now. You won't see this video if it is doing this, but you know, once I end this clip, I'm going to check, and if it's going again, we're going no microphone today because I'm just not gonna deal with that. Anyway, log. Last touch on the log before the show. After today, the next time I'll be touching a log will be, I'm assuming, backstage at the Pro-Am. You know, warm-ups. So what do I have? That's like 2 to 3 sets of 5, 230 to 260, something like that. Clean and press every rep. So it's just pretty much just keep the body moving. And then I think some light lat pull down. So I say we get into it. I'm trying to think. I felt like there was something else I was going to say. Ooh, my deadlift suit came today. I mean, I don't like the idea of deadlift suits really. I prefer just raw lifting. But whenever the upcoming show is going to have, you know, if you're able to use a deadlift suit, and unless you're just like heads and tails above the other people, it's good to use one if you have one. And I don't think it's necessary for like general novice competitors or whatever. Like if you have one, sure. But I don't see a whole lot of reason to be using one if you're a novice. You know, if you're competing for like a top spot or if you're in like a big show, yeah, absolutely. You're going to get some weight out of it, so why not use one? I got one because regionals after this has max deadlift, standard deadlift on the floor, and you're allowed to use a suit for that. So the OSG events usually allow a suit as well. So I figure if I can get a suit now, use it for this prep, get used to it, and I'll be good to go once I get a chance to do the online qualifiers, hopefully. So, because at that point, absolutely use a suit. You're going to be at a big disadvantage if you don't have a suit on when you're trying to do a big qualifier like that for a world-class show. So we'll worry about that after this, you know, after the Pro-Am. Get this one out of the way first. Hopefully do well and move on from there. So let's get into it. I'm going to record this whole set here, this whole 3 sets. So I really hope my microphone is not messing up right now. I'll be pretty sad. Well, I felt good. I need to watch back the second set because I could tell in the first set that my elbows were up a little bit too high. I know I made like a tips video a while back about how some people really jam their elbows like up into their throat. And for me, like I can't really get my arm in that position. But if you're like this back here, I just feel like this, it's going to be just a tricep extension at the top. I know I've talked about this before, but this to me is not a good pressing position because you're going to lift. There's something about it. It feels weird to me. I could be very wrong about that, but I know for me, jamming the log into your throat with elbows super high, it just does. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. It almost breaks the press down into two movements when it should be one flush movement. You should be able to dip, drive, and press and finish all in one. For me, if I get my elbows too far back like that, or too far up, back, whatever you want to call it, it turns into a dip, drive, catch, and press. And it's just not ideal. It's not what I want. I want to be able to use that momentum and not have to do, an RP. I don't want like a RP 6 off the chest and RP 10 to lockout. I want it to be somewhere in the middle. So the longer I can use my chest in the press, the better I'll be. It makes sense to me. So that's what I was struggling with here and there the last couple weeks. I was jamming that log up into my throat too much. And I was just not getting that continuation from chest to lockout. It was feeling like two parts. Now, I need to watch back that second set. I didn't watch it back yet, but it felt better. I didn't do a third set. I didn't feel like I needed to. And my right knee's feeling a little funky. It's oddly enough, it's from like log incline. Because of my incline bench sits kind of low to the ground, I think, maybe, compared to other ones. I don't know. I haven't used another incline bench in a long time. But in order to get the leg drive into the log, like when you're benching, you're supposed to use leg drive. Same thing for incline. I try to use some leg drive, and whenever I have it, I have my feet like behind me. My knees are all the way out in front, so it's kind of extending my knees in a funky way, and I know it bothers it sometimes. So I didn't want to push it anymore today because I don't need an achy knee leading into a show that I got to try to press a 400-pound log, hopefully 1,000-pound yoke, 350 farmers, heavy stones. Like you don't want bad knees going into a show like that. So I think that felt good. It was only 250. It should feel good. If that feels bad, we got a problem. But I definitely feel a little bit better today. A little bit more explosive, stronger. Let's do lat pull downs. Oh, I really hope my microphone isn't messing up this part of the video. I made that quite a bit lighter than it has been the last few weeks, just because I needed more reps. And I really wanted to feel it in my lats. Sometimes when I move the weight too heavy, other muscles start taking over. And I really wanted to feel it more in my lats and upper back today. And I think it's working. I use a band to keep these weights on this lat pull down. And because the pegs are like this way and they're kind of bent down from the weight on it. So they'll slide off if I don't have anything on it. So I've had a band wrapped around it the whole time. And finally, today it broke. It is what it is. I was looking, I have other short bands because that's what I had on there. I don't use short bands for anything. But I had some at one point because I didn't really know. And I don't know where a lot of them went, but I was using the red one to hold those on. And it's dead now, so oh well. Sad day. Rest in peace. Good thing I just got some other new regular bands. I was able to take one of my old red ones and wrap it on there. I think it'd be okay, but I'd rather not have a weight falling from 4 or 5 feet in the air, however high up it goes when I pull down on the bar. All right, next set. Remind me to do some more banded TKEs for my knees after this. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just ready to go. I hate the week before a show. It's just, there's nothing to do, it feels like. Because you're so focused on game day. And it's just, it's hard not to think about it. I don't know if I do it. I definitely do it intentionally sometimes, but a lot of the time it's not. I'll visualize every event, how I want it to go. And I'll have numbers, goals in mind. And it's all I think about. Go to sleep thinking about it. Wake up, think about it. Think about it during work. Think about it now. And I'll do that until game day. I'll do that up until I'm warming up. Right before I'm about to go, that's what I'll be thinking about. And I know a lot of people do that. I haven't talked to a lot of people about it, but I know some guys talk about it. I know I've heard Andrew Clayton mention it specifically. And he's kind of like a mad scientist when it comes to strongman, I feel. My nose is stuffy, even with this thing on. I'm also really upset that it's cold out. There's snow outside right now. I don't know if you can tell behind me, but I don't want it. I don't like it. I was hoping to not have to wear a hoodie or these cold gear leggings or anything, but I was wrong. Of course, it's probably going to be a little bit chilly. Oh, no. I think last time I looked, it said 50s or 60s in Colorado, so that'll be cool. All right, let's do this last set, and then I'll blabber a little bit more. Oh. I was definitely about to say something else, and I forgot already. I don't know. Oh, I think I remember. You gotta make I made a grocery list already for when we land in Colorado. We'll be there late. We won't get until I think our plane lands at 8 something Wednesday night. So we won't be able, and our Airbnb is an hour away. Oh, and because I think I said this in the second part of the video I had to delete because of the audio. We got our Airbnb fixed. So we're good. I don't know exactly what the details were, but we're good to go. So anyway, our Airbnb is an hour away from the airport. And so it'll be 9:30 by the time we get there, probably. If our plane lands at 8:15, I have no idea. I've never been on a plane, so once you land, I don't know how long that process takes to get out of the airport and get the rental car or whatever. So I don't know. So maybe 9:30, 10. Too late to go to the store, so we'll probably order in some food or something, and then get up the next morning, go grocery shopping, because we got to feed 3 super heavyweights. and we like to eat, especially a few days out from a show. We always talk about, I say nutrition, but like more diet, like what we eat going into a show. We all eat pretty basic, like maybe rice, potatoes, beef, maybe chicken. Frawley likes bagels, which I understand. I might get some bagels. I like bananas, potassium. I like just fruit. I feel better when I eat fruit. So maybe we'll get some like pineapple or something on there too. But for me, it's mostly going to be rice and beef. I stay away from sugar for the most part. No sugary drinks. A lot of water. Game day, we'll do salted Gatorade. Maybe liquid IV. I don't want too much salt though. Liquid IV and salted Gatorade might be too much. I don't know. Peanut butter honey sandwiches was like my go-to in the mornings of a show. You got your fats, you got quick carbs, you got kind of a little bit of protein. You don't really want a lot of protein on game day. It doesn't really do any good. You want carbs. Carbs are energy. So peanut butter sandwiches kind of have all of it. Peanut butter honey sandwiches, I should specify. Maybe bananas in those too. You can get like Sour Patch Kids or something for a sugary snack in between events. And then water. Caffeine, you don't want to overdo caffeine. Some guys will hammer it before that first event, and they'll crash after like event 2 or 3, and that's not what you want going into the final 2 events. I've definitely done that before, so I'll do my best not to make that mistake again. But like enough caffeine to feel energized, feel awake. Like I probably won't have any caffeine. Probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then not have a whole lot game day. I don't want my heart fluttering or anything. I want to be able to keep my heart rate fairly low. And because then you're using less oxygen and all that good stuff. And when the air is thin like that, you don't want to be using up all your oxygen just, getting hyped up or just sitting there. You want to, if your heart rate's going to raise, it should be because you're about to go or you're doing the event. So being able to control your heart rate in between events, and that's going to be a big one. So I don't know what else I had to say. Oh, if you've made it this far in the video, what do you guys think I'll pull on the axle deadlift? 3 attempts. If you fail an attempt, you get 3 attempts no matter what. So if you fail the first 2, you still get your 3rd. Of course, you can't go back down and wait. So if you fail your first 2, you shouldn't fail. There's no excuse to fail a deadlift like that. Whenever it opens at like 600 or whatever it's going to be, you cannot fail your opening deadlift. So I have numbers in mind. I've hit 753 in training. I've hit 748 in training. Like sets of 10 around 700. Not sets of 10, but 10 singles around 700 in one workout. So what do you think I'll hit? I'm curious. I have numbers in mind, but I won't share them until I do what I think I'm capable of. So I'm going to be really upset if I go to check the audio for this and it's just bad. Because I've probably been recording for 12 minutes or so now, at least. But it's enough yapping. I still have like I think I have a little bit of buys and tries now. I think that's it. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow for the final deadlift day, the final touches on deadlift. Super light. Still going to, dial in that form, make it feel good. And then we rest the next 3 days. Just a lot of walking, a lot of eating, a lot of sleeping. So go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.